Hey, how's it going, Snake? Just wanted to talk about Cris Cyborg and her free agency. So Cris Cyborg is a free agent. This is awesome. I'm excited about this. Um, so I just want to dive in a little bit about who Cris Cyborg is, my thoughts on her free agency, and like the market she's going to go into, and then what's else? Then like what I think she should do in free agency. Um, so to begin with, Cris Cyborg is arguably the number one featherweight female fighter. Um, she lost her title, but to be fair, it wasn't. I don't think it was really working out for her in the UFC. Negotiation wise, and I feel like the champ belt is good. But if you're not getting the pay per view points, and again, I don't know the nitty gritty details, but now that they switched to ESPN, I don't know if it's even good to be a champ anymore. Because if you're just getting your base salary, and again, they might pay you for the ESPN pay per view, but I don't think it's as much. You're not getting it. So what's the point of being a UFC champ if you're just getting your base salary? You can get the base salary anywhere else. But yeah, so Cris is she probably still is a dominant female fighter at 145. Um, but unfortunately, Amanda beat her, so now she's a free agent, right? So what do I think? Uh, you know, her free agent market is going to be like. Well, for Cris Cyborg, she's kind of unique because, again, like she's arguably like the pound for pound best, female fighter for the longest time. Um, and she's also well known in like multiple arenas. So, like, I'm gonna list like what I think would be best for Cris. Number one, she goes to the WWE, fights Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda Rousey is taking time off for like having a baby or something. I don't know. But she should go in WWE and go against Ronda Rousey. That is like the biggest fight that never happened in the UFC as far as females go. And I think it'd be cool to do it in WWE. It might bring a few eyeballs. I think that'd be fun to do. Would I say Cris should be a WWE um, you know a wrestler exclusively? No, like I think that's more something she should do after she retires from combat sports. I don't think WWE is necessarily the thing to do right now because I feel like she could be a bigger star in the combat sports. And then after she's done with combat sports, she could continue in WWE and still be fine, still make a lot of money. Um, so yeah, that is an option. I think a one-off fight with Ronda Rousey is a good idea. I think that'd be cool. Um, but after that, here's what I think she should do. Um, First and foremost, I think um, every free agent, regardless of what sport you're in, um, and this is debatable, I think you should only do 1 year contracts or one fight contracts when it comes to fighting. I don't see the importance of signing a long term deal unless you're like a lower tier fighter or a lower tier athlete or let's just stick to MMA for now. So if you're not very good and you don't think you're gonna win a lot, then yeah, you might sign a long term contract so you get that guaranteed. Not even guaranteed, but you get that hopefully guarantee of fighting for that amount. But if you're like arguably the number one fighter like Cris Cyborg is, why would you sign, you know, a long term deal for what? You're going to keep winning. What's the point of locking yourself into a certain number? I feel like you should sign fight to fight like in boxing. Um, and I don't know if boxing does that, but I'm pretty sure. Just like, all right, you want me to fight here and there? Cool. I will fight there, but then after that, my contract's over, and I'm open to negotiate with any other promotion. And I think you should also have that clause is that even while you're under contract with the promotion, you should be able to negotiate with every other promotion. There should be nothing against that. I think that's important too. So yeah, I think regardless of what sport Cris decides to go into, I think She needs to do fight to fight, not long term. Because when you do fight to fight, you're able to negotiate even bigger amounts afterwards. Now, like that only works if you plan on winning, which I think Cris can do. If you lose, then obviously you have less negotiation power. But if you keep winning, it's like you have a better. You're like, I haven't lost in a while. You should pay me more. I'm doing better. That kind of thing. So as far as where I think Cris should go, she mentioned boxing. I think boxing is a good idea. I feel like women get paid more in boxing. Like you get pay per view. You what else? Like I just feel like they get paid more, and you could do a one fight deal. But not be forever. Um, so I think that is probably number one because I think that might pay more than MMA. I could be wrong, but I believe they pay women more than MMA would. As far as after that, so getting back into MMA, is it a good idea? Again, one fight deals. I'm not doing long term. Excuse me, 4, 5, 6 fight deals. That doesn't make sense. If you plan on winning all your fights, you should only do one fight at a time. Because you win, you have more value now. You have more reason to get higher pay. Um, it doesn't work out if you lose, but if you're planning on winning a lot, I wouldn't fight or I wouldn't sign long term deals. I would sign one fight. That's it. Um, number one, I think that's what you should do. Number two, as far as MMA promotions, I know one champion is paying a lot. I bet Bellator could pay a pretty penny. Because UFC was paying her 500,000. So it kind of limits like who can even afford you. Like Bellator might be able to. I don't know if she's gonna get 500 from another promotion, right? I don't know. Um, like maybe one would shell out that. Maybe Bellator. Maybe Ryzen. After that, I don't know who can afford that. Like maybe the PFL, Professional Fighters League, if they're feeling froggy. I don't see a whole lot of organizations. Like maybe there's one I don't know about that can, but I don't see a whole lot of organizations that could pay, Cris that much money. That being said, I don't know if fighting the very best people is necessarily the right route. If you look at Floyd Mayweather when he fought in Ryzen, he did that one-off fight for $5 million, against Tension or whatever. And her friend Gabby Garcia, who she's like a huge, massive woman, she fights the people she could easily destroy, and she gets paid a decent amount. So I'm thinking like, why not do something like that? Like, why not instead of saying I want the top amount of money. Let's say she was paid 500,000 a fight, right? Rather than going, I want 500,000, I want a million. I don't know if she's going to get that, per fight. I don't know, like maybe, but I don't know. Rather than saying that, fighting the best women in the world or arguably the best in their organization, why not say, all right, I'm asking 500,000, but could you give me, 100,000 to fight, a really bad person, someone who doesn't know how to fight. Would you give me 75,000 to fight someone who never fought before, a comedian or an actor or something? You know, I feel like a lot more organizations would be able to afford 75,000, 100,000 versus 500,000. I feel like you limit yourself when you do that. But when you do only 100,000 or 75,000 even, I feel like you have a lot more other organizations opening up. And if you say, hey, listen, this is my terms. I only want one fight for 75,000, and I want to pick my opponent. Can't make a deal. Because I think you're like, yeah, but then I'd have to fight like 4 or 5 times to get the same 500,000. I agree, but make it to where like Floyd did. I think Floyd was 45 pounds or 145 pounds. The guy he was fighting fought at like 115 or 125. Like he's 20 pounds less than him. Why not do that? Like why not have Cris fight like straw weight fighters or out of shape 50-year-old women or that kind of thing. Why not have her fight those type of people and make it just like exciting, dominant performance for Cris to knock someone out? I'd rather see Cris destroy people 5 or 6 times a year than Cris fight one really hard person and probably mess them up or maybe good decision. I just think for Chris's brand, I think it'd be a lot better to fight more frequently, way lesser caliber fighters, and still make pretty comparable money and just fight more often. That way she doesn't have to do a weight cut. She'll say, hey, I'm going to fight this person who weighs 115 or 125, and I'm going to come in and weigh 175. That's just my deal. You know? Do I think it's possible? I think so. Cris is a pretty big name. She's arguably the number one fighter and for females. Why not just have her showcase, her skills and fight way people that aren't on her level, destroy them, and show you the Cris, Cyborg everyone loved. I think it'd be fun to watch her just destroy people and get paid. I mean, she might even get paid 200,000, 250,000 to destroy women. That might even be an option, but she could do that a lot more rapidly. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know if that would work. That'd be so amazing. I've been looking forward to someone in the MMA community to really utilize free agency for what it is. So I think when you get locked into these long-term contracts, fighting the top 5 people in the world, is it possible to get out of that with a lot of money and a lot of wins? It is. But why not look at it like a business and be like, what's the best situation for me? What's the best, option for me? What's the easiest way for me to make money for me? And I think Cris is kind of in that mindset, and her, I think, boyfriend or fiance. I think they're in that mindset because they were arguing with the UFC. So I'm like, they might be on that level. I don't know if they're thinking like I am though. So that'd be very cool to see. I really hope Cris Cyborg and her team sees this. That would be so amazing. And if they could listen to what I'm saying, maybe get one idea out of it that would help them, that'd be awesome. I'd be ecstatic. So yeah. Tell me if you like that idea. I think it'd be amazing. Just let me know. Alright, thanks for watching.